Hey there, beauties. I am here today to chat with you about retinol, in specific, our retinol serum. So I love to answer questions. I love education, and that's why we do these videos, because when you buy a product, we want to absolutely make sure that you know how to use the product. So today, we're going to break down retinol. What is it? Why would we use it? And why Recherche? All right, here's our serum. If you're unfamiliar with serums or how to use them or why one would use them, we do have a video in this library that is all about why serums, not so much the nitty-gritty details of individual serums, but overall, why would we use them? So our retinol in specific is in a hyaluronic acid base. It also has aloe vera in it, because retinol by itself, when we hear that word, what am I saying? Is what I'm talking about is actually vitamin A. Natural product, natural ingredient, right? And something that our skin deeply needs. Vitamin A, retinol, is touted to be the #1 product for anti-aging. It is all that. So let's talk about why. Ours individually is a 1% retinol serum. Doesn't sound like very much, but you get to 2% and it's too drying for most people's skin. So we want overall majority of people to be able to use our product, and therefore we keep it at a 1%, a 1% amount in our formulations for retinol. What does retinol do? It helps build collagen. It helps build elastin in our skin. Collagen is basically, if I were to break it down just real super fast, it is the scaffolding to our skin. It holds kind of the shape and it in place and helps maintain the integrity of our skin. If we didn't have it, or as it reduces in our skin as we age, that's when we get the sagging and the drooping and the fine lines and wrinkles. Elastin in our skin is what you're gonna find that creates that tensile strength, that creates the elasticity, kind of like its name says. So retinol feeds both collagen and elastin rebuilding and growth. It is in a base, like I said, of hyaluronic acid. Why do we do this? Because there's also, again, another video on hyaluronic acid and what it is, more in depth. But basically, hyaluronic acid comes into your skin. Our bodies already make it, so it knows how to use it, and it plumps up the cells and makes them take up the amount of space that they originally were intended to take up. So it fills in the fine lines and wrinkles and all of that. And then the retinol comes in kind of behind it and does the long-term work to actually reduce fine lines and wrinkles because it helps rebuild up collagen and elastin. So that is a little bit about this product. Something very important. This is the only serum currently that we have. Well, and as an aside, we only have 5 right now. We're always adding to it. But as we speak, as of today, this is the only one that must be used at night. It is not good for your skin. And in fact, it can create aging if retinol, it comes into contact with the sun. So our recommendation is any retinol is not dependent on company, whether it's Recherche, whether it's another company you use, it is a nighttime product. How and when would you use it? You would wash your face, and then we apply any water-based products, which are going to be your toners, serums, in specific this serum, right? Because that's what we're talking about. I would add that. And I come in, I put it all on my face, jawline, décolletage. That's important because this also ages, especially in women, just as our face does. And then you would follow it up by a moisturizer. That's also very important, is to kind of lock everything in. And knowing that this serum is certainly not a moisturizer per se at all. You want to follow it up with a moisturizer, whether that's a cream, whether that's an oil. That's kind of the nature of how you would use it. All right, I hope this answers questions that you have. If you have any other questions, find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook, come to our website, email us. We love communication. We love talking to you. We love educating you. Thank you for showing up this evening, and I look forward to getting to know who you are. All right, have a great day.